this session. So let's start colleagues, right? So as I just mentioned, right, my name is Motlokwe, and for those who do not know me, anything people used to say, what can you share about, what specific thing that can you share about yourself to us? So the only thing I know is that I'm 2 point something meter long, right? So perhaps just to give you a picture of the type of person who you are dealing with, right? So that's me in a nutshell. And today, or last week, as I mentioned, that we are here because of COVID-19, and then we paid a tribute to those who are affected by the COVID-19. I said, and then I mentioned that those of us who are still safe, let's really, continue washing our hands, wearing our masks, and of course social distancing. I think it's very key for us to remain healthy so that we can be more productive, right? So today's is a week 2 of these sessions, online bootcamp, data analysis using Excel. So today is the second session where we will be looking at the formulas and the functions. There's nothing fancy here, nothing for one to worry about, and there's nothing about the mathematics or statistics. It's just a typical, very basic thing that one has to do. As you can see, I'm not a mathematician, I'm not a statistician, I'm not any good with numbers, right? I'm just a typical IT guy who knows how to right click. But the key for us is just to get used to this, using this, because I'm of a view that all of us actually, we are using data one way or another. So that's what we will be dealing with today. Of course, the idea is just for us to enjoy the session, right? There's no need for us to be worried or don't feel ashamed to ask the question, as they say. And then I believe this is a very mature, is attended by very mature guys. There's no so-called stupid question, right? So let's do that, and I think we should be good to go. And then, as I said, okay, perhaps maybe let me just, I'm going to mute everyone, because I thought that I've asked that people must mute. I'll just do this from my side so that we are just safe, yeah? So, yeah, so for the colleagues who are just joining, I just mentioned that today is the session will be dealing primarily with the formulas and functions, right? So we'll look at the definitions, we'll look at there's something called cell referencing, named range, formulas, statistical functions, logical, text, and dates and time, right? And then I said, today we just give you the snapshot of all these things, right? It's not necessarily about, because as you know, 1 hour, 30 minutes is very small time. It's a very short time. So now, can you see my presentation, I believe, right? And then if someone experiences something, must just raise their hand, and then I will unmute the session, your mic, so that you can ask the question. So I believe everyone can see the presentation, yeah? So now, typical thing is that formulas, I think majority of us, we know the formulas, 1 + 1, that's the formula, the BODMAS, there's something called BODMAS, right? So the formula is just an expression that calculates values in a cell. I will just start by doing the presentation, and then we'll quickly go to the data, because obviously it will be difficult to switch between the two. So the formula is just as the example they showed there. And then last week we mentioned what is a cell. Cell is the interaction between what? Between column and row, right? Like H2 and all those things. And then the function is just the formula, but it's a predefined one, the one that Excel made for us to make our life much easier, right? That's really just about what the function is. There's a function to add, there's a function to average and to count, right? But we will get into those things when we do the practicals. As I mentioned, I really like our session to be more practical, right? So other thing that is very important for us to note, there's something called referencing, right? There are three types of referencing. There's something called the relative referencing and then absolute referencing, right? So it will be easier when I'm going to share the spreadsheet when we do them. Relative referencing is that it says that it's change the formula. When you put the formula on the cell, right? When you copy that formula to another cell, that formula changes, right? It's relative to the cell. That's why it's a relative referencing. It's relative to the cell that you are in. If you copy the formula to elsewhere, it will change. It will take the cell number of that cell in a way. Absolute is the one that is say if you copy the formula from one cell to another, the cell it will remain. And then the question is how to make that. I will show you how to do that. So most of the time when you find something that it's having $1, you start with $1 and then in $2, for example, if it's a cell A2, and then it keep that thing to be static. It does not change, or is as they mentioned here, it's something that is to do with the is a constant, right? So those are some of the things that I just like us to remind me when we were going to start doing that, so that when you start going to work on the Excel, to start showing you those things. And the other thing is that because as you saw, majority of you saw the spreadsheet. That spreadsheet is a long one. I think it's saving how many column rows? It's 240, right? So when you work with data like that, it will be easier to name your columns, so that when you use the formula, you are not going to be typing it in, right? As they say there, name the range is just the range, right? Either a single cell or a couple of cells, which you assign a name. I will just share the spreadsheet again so that we can just deal with these things when you see them, right? So that's one of the things that it make easier for us to use to do the calculations, right? So now here, those are so-called statistical or mathematical functions. There's nothing fancy here. Sum is a sum. Sum is 1 + 1, 1 - 2, right? Count is just the count, you count. And other things, average, minimum, maximum, and large and small, right? So this is what we'll be dealing with. Obviously, after that, we're going to talk about if, not statement that involve ifs, statement that involves and or, and then other one, we are going to talk about the text that talk about concatenation, and then the length, left, right. But I think it will be easier when we deal with these things, when we do them practical, right? The other things that we'll do, we'll finish up with the dates. There's a dates functions that one can use, yeah? So I will then, let me see, I think, I want to open the charts here. Let's see. I have no, okay, yeah, so thank you. I like what I'm seeing there, yeah? So I'm going to share the spreadsheet. I believe everyone downloaded the spreadsheet, and then we should be now, we should now be dealing with the actual stuff that we want to do today, yeah? So I'm going to open the data that we're going to use today. As I mentioned, I think we named it what? The online bootcamp data week 2. Let me close this. We call it the online bootcamp data for week 2, week 4, week 5, right? So I'm stopping the sharing. I'm going to share the spreadsheet, and then you should just let me know when you see that spreadsheet. Can you see the spreadsheet?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So we are going to, as I mentioned, this is a workbook, and then it's having different sheet. Now we must open the one that says patient records. Yeah. I'm hoping we all there. Yeah. Now let's deal with that issue of cell referencing, right? So cell referencing, we said that relative referencing is something that is a formula that goes with the, when you copy it, right? It changes based on where, on the cell in which you are using it. For example, let's say anything, remember anything when you work with the functions, right? Or formulas, you must start everything, anything that you want to do, you must start with equals to sign. As you see there, you say equals to sign, yeah? And other thing that we need to do there is, for example, I just want to express this so that everyone can understand. So if maybe I'm saying one, let's say J6 is this one I highlighted there, and then let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to say this one times this one. I can say, I believe you see me, is I6 times J6, yeah? So if you want to, this is multiplication, right? And then it's just, when you say enter, it will give you the value. It's 220,000, right? Now, if I'm taking this formula, if I copy this formula, if I copy this to here, yeah? What is going to give me, do you see now? Do you see here, it has changed. Now is what? It's a reference to the its location. So now is what is I7 times J7. It's no longer 6. Yeah? So that's where we talked about is the reference, is what you call the relative referencing. So if maybe you want to, what you can do is, if you want to, for example, if the question was, give us, can you give the, you multiply age by this amount for all of them. What do? You're going to use a relative referencing like this. If you want to fill all these things, there are several ways. You can do it manually, like equals to 80 times this is equals to, but this is a very old-fashioned way, right? You are going to spend the whole year doing this. What you need to do then, there's something called the fill. If you want to fill all of this thing at the same time, you can just at the corner, the way I did it there, you see there's a arrow there. At the corner there, you can just double click it. If you double click it, it's going to do what? It's going to fill all these values. Yeah? It's going to fill all these values. Then you can just take it, you'll see it. You see I'm dragging down, right? It's going to do this thing for you. Why? Because is using the, what do you call, the relative referencing. Relative referencing, you can see is I6. When you go, the one is 7, 8, it goes with it like that. It's changed based on the cells in which it is in. Do you get it, right? I believe everyone get the issue of relative referencing. Now, we go to the absolute one, yeah? Absolute one is saying that it does not change. It remains the constant. So I will delete this one. Yeah. So for example, yes, sorry, yeah. Is there anyone with a question? Can I say, please, I mentioned, okay, let me just unmute everyone again. I'm saying, can we please mute our mics? Yeah, so I believe we are following each other. So at times now there'll be, for example, someone will be saying, you see this amount, the amount without the text, yeah, is without 15% VAT. So they'll be saying, can you calculate this amount including the VAT? So normally what you do is, you know that VAT is what is 15%. Yeah. So let's say it's 0.1. Yeah, is 15%. So they'll be saying, can you calculate these values including the VAT? So what normally you do is, VAT does not change, right? So what you'll do, you'll say maybe this J6 times VAT. But because you want the VAT to remain constant, what you do to make cell a constant, you put the $ at the beginning of the column and then even at the beginning of the row. Remember, the column is the alphabet and then the row are numbers. Now, when you do like this, it means that you are putting this one to be the number not to change. So when you calculate like this, right? Okay, no, it should be like this. Yeah. Anyway, let's just get the context of what we are trying to do, right? So we want to make our VAT 15%. Yeah. We want to make it constant. What do you do? To make something constant, you put the $ at the beginning of the letter, which represent the column, and then the number, which represent the row. So that's what we are going to do. Then the same thing, if you want to calculate the whole thing, you will just at the row there, you double click it on it. Now this one will be the amount VAT included. How do they write it? Whatever the case is. Yeah. So that's what you do. So normally, where this is important, there are cases where you want to make calculation, but certain value, you don't want certain value to change. You are using this type of referencing for those purposes, right? So that's what this is all about. That is a part of that cell referencing. I believe everyone is happy with that. Yeah. Now the second point we are going to talk about that named range. As you can see here, right? These values are how many? They're from row 6 to row 200 and something, 244. Yeah. Let's deal with this one together with this is about the named range. Named range is just to say that there are cases where you want to use only, you want to talk about provinces. Yeah. For example, let's just give you an example. I'll say let's sum the numbers. Let me just add the row here. Yeah. So remember, sum is just addition, right? Sum is just 1 + 1 and all that. So someone will be saying, can you give me the total amount? This maybe is an old amount. Let's say this is an old amount. Owed amount by this patient. Can you give me the total amount owed by this patient? Normally, how are you going to do it? There are a couple of ways, right? The other one is I mentioned, you can say equals to this one plus this one plus, remember, we are having 244. You'll take the whole year to do this, right? So the easiest way to do this now is to use what? The function. There's a function called sum. Sum is just to, and then you'll see there, it tells you that it adds all the numbers in the range. So what do you want to add? You want to add these numbers here. So you will start, number one is this one, and then it's what? It needs comma. You go this one. You are going to, it's the same thing. You are going to take long time to do that, to add these things. Yeah. So what we need to do then is, this is a cell to make the whole range. You're going to put the, what do you call this thing? This is what is this? Remind me, what is the name of this thing? Colon, right? Yeah. You put a colon, and we're going to say, I want to calculate from J6 up until J what? We said is 244. What you do is then you just say J244. You will see it's going to highlight it. Now it's highlighting all of it here. Yeah. This is the easiest way at times to deal with the cells. You see is clever. It goes and it highlights all of them. Yeah. Then what you do, then you calculate. You just enter. Then it's going to give you the total number of the amount that people are owing. Okay, I'll read what this Waheyo is saying. Quickest way. Okay, I'll come back to that one. So that's the easiest way of dealing with this, right? So you just say sum and then the column. But at times you say, you know what? There's the easiest way again, where you can name this. And then when you calculate it, you will just say equals to sum, and then you call that name. That's why they are saying we must do something called what? Must do something called name the range. You name the range. Remember, the range is more than one cells. You name the range. They say it is a name the range. So in our case, what we do is, let's name this range, amount range, so that in future, when we want to use it, we just call that name. I believe we understand each other. So what we are going to do then is we need to name the range. So we are under the formulas, the tab formulas. We then click name. You can see that a couple of ways. You click the name manager. When you click the name manager, you find something like this. And then you just say new, right? So in our case, we already, the name is, because I highlighted it here, it's kept that name. It's going to call that to say named amount. And then the scope is on this workbook, refers to, it just say, which cells, which range do you want to, you are giving this name. So in our case, we are giving it what? All this range here. So we said is what? It's J, it should be 6, or the easiest way is, let's click, we are going to click here, right? And then we are going to highlight the cells that we want. So we highlight all the cells for old amount. It's like this, we just say enter, boom, voila, that is like that. So what it says is that it's highlighting all the cells under the it's highlighting all the cells, right, under that name. So when we say enter, now you can see you created the name range called old amount. And then now we are fine, we close it. Next time when you want to use it, if you want to use now, you want to do something around this old amount. For example, if you want to sum them now, we're going to delete this one. You just say sum, and you call that name. Yeah, so the name was old amount. Do you see that? And then you just call it here, and then you close, and then you enter. It's going to give you that amount. Are we clear? Just raise your hand. I believe everyone understands that. That's just what we call the named range. We just name the range. Why? Because we want to use it. It becomes easier. We just call it. We'll just, if you want to use amount, we'll just call it. Yeah. So I believe everyone follows. So what do you need to do then? Let's name gender, right? Let's name gender so that when next time we're going to use gender, it will be easier for us to use it. So what we do then, we just do the same thing. Yeah, we do the same thing. We do the same thing. Named manager, new. We call it gender. Yeah, and then we click here where the refers to, and then we'll just click. You just highlight all this. Or the easiest way is that, because you already know the last column is what? Is 244, right? You just do something like this. You start with, remember, as I said, is keeping it constant, right? Anything that we start with dollar, it means it must remain constant. It should not change. So is a $E, $6, it means it must start on E6, and then it must end at 226. And then we said here, we just enter, then boom, voila. Yeah? So you rename that one. The other one, let's go to the age. Let's create the named one for age. You say new, we just call it age, and then where should it start? We'll just come here, and then age is here is I, and then we'll just say maybe I here, and then we know the last one is what? 224. I mean 244. Enter age, boom, voila. Yeah? I believe we follow each other. Yeah? So are we still there, brothers and sisters? I believe so. Now, so now, if I believe everyone we saw that thing. So we are naming them so that next time when we use them in programming language, it's like we're just calling them. We just call them by names. We don't have now to be typing the cells. Yeah. So I'll unmute. I'll mute again because fellows they don't really. So now, colleagues, we and then last time I mentioned I'm used to this colleague thing. So colleague just means you colleagues. So it just means you friends. So that's what it's all about. So can we also put condition and say if age is less? Yeah, no, we are going there. Please, we are still going there. Can you? We must just follow. We are following the procedure. We are going there about ifs and all that. I'm answering Emma Lachel. We are going there. We are going there. Yeah. We are going to add those ifs and statements, right? So not really, and repeat that last one. So I said that let's create another one. Let's create the name for province, name the range for province. We click new. Where is it? And then we call it a province. And then we are highlighting, we click here, we start with H, we take this other one, then I'm saying the last one. The last one is what? 224. We know the last row there is 224. It must start on H6 to 224. We do this, we get it. I believe everyone is happy now. All happiness, right? Where's that chart? So I will unmute, please. Yeah. Where taking there is under formulas up here. Yeah. Okay. But you see, right? We are taking it here. Formulas, name manager. You click there. I believe that we are all following, colleagues. Yeah. Now, there's something called this sum that we did here. We just took all the sums, all the numbers under owned. But there are times where you don't want to. You don't want everything. You have a condition, and there is a question here. This question here, that get the total amount owed by the patient, who are they are 70 years old. The question is, how do you do that? Yeah. So this means now you know you're going to need sum, but you know the sum takes everything. So there's something called SUMIF. Now you sum based on the condition. Yeah. So it's a SUMIF based on the condition. Now, when you use this kind of formulas, or function, you will see the range is bold. You see the range is bold. The sum if, and then you see underneath there, this range is bold. What Excel tells you is that I'm looking, I need this. I need, give me the range. The range where you are going to apply what this criteria. And then after there, you must give me the range that you want to sum. So in our case, the criteria is that the people should be what? 60-year-old. Then which means, which range is this? This range will be age, because you want age. And then as I said, you just type it here, double click it, and then you say semicolon. It will move to go to bold, to criteria be bold. And then from there, you are saying, what is your range? You said everything must be greater than 70. Then you just write the semicolon, double quote, then you say greater than 70, you close it. You say semicolon, because you can see here, semicolon, and then you say, what is a sum range? What do you want to add? We want to add what? Odd amount. And then we already named it, and then we just say odd amount. Double click it, and then you do this. Now, and then you just say enter. This, let's see, if we start again. Sum if range, it's, we said is age, semicolon, and it should be greater than, and then this sum range is odd. Why 70? Yeah. No, okay. Should be this. What? Yes. So
I think you need to put the close brackets within that own amount. The close and open. The open and the close brackets. I guess.
Where?
On the owned amount, I think what you need to do at your formula, you must put the close and open brackets according to the formula down there. Go back to where you are writing.
Like this?
No, the close brackets. I don't know whether it's a bracket or whatever.
This
but
one,
just
this
check
one.
on the formula.
Okay, let's start again.
The square bracket, Moran.
Yeah, sorry?
The square
bracket.
Yeah, the square bracket. You have to put them. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just start. So is age, we said is what we're going to, is the age, right? We agree here, yeah? Then we go here and then we are saying it should be greater than 70.
70.
Yeah, comma, right? No, I think so. Then it's saying old.
It's open. No, but you must before old, write the open bracket.
This.
Yes.
This.
No. This. Yeah, that one. Yeah, yes, according to that one. Yes.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I think there's something is not. Let's see why it's not happy.
No, is the criteria. The criteria is like a string, not a number or expression.
Okay.
Okay. So let me do this. Let's see why it does not like this. Okay. Why this? Why is not? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Remove the quotation.
Underscore.
Okay. Well, guys, age 9. Age should be greater than 70. Yeah. And then you must sum this. Okay. This is I6.I44, and then we say it should be greater than 70, and then we said this, and then we say amount is J6 dot this J244. Yeah. So it should be like this.
J7. You put 7 instead of J.
It should be this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yes. So I'll just check what happened there. But what this is saying is the criteria is I. We are going to look at the age, and then the age must be greater than 70. And then what you do, you sum those ones which meet what? This criteria. Do we follow? We'll do the next one. We'll do the next one so that everyone follows. So what the sum is saying, this was saying, get the total amount owed by the patient who are what greater than 70. 70 is what is our age. Criteria is what must be greater than 70. So we're going to highlight that range. Which range shows the age is this range. Yeah, I6 to the last row. And then what is the criteria? Criteria must be greater than 70. Remember, this is greater than, right? 70. And then what do you sum? You sum what? The amount. Let's do the second one. I will leave the named range for now because it's making Dharmaka, right? So get the total amount owed by the student. What we are saying is get the amount that is owed by the student, and get the total amount owed by the student who owes more than 500. That's what we are trying to do. So what now we are saying is you must do what? You must get the total amount owed by the students who's owing what? The criteria is what? Is amount. We are going to look at the amount which is greater than 500. What do you do there? You sum them. Are we all there? So is J6, the last row is what? Is J222, right? What is the criteria? Criteria is that amount must be greater than what? 500. Then what you do when you are done, you must just add those amounts. I believe we are all following. So it says the criteria is what? N is one who owes what? 500. Where do you get that 500? We are getting it here. What is the criteria? Criteria is that the amount must be greater than or more than 500. When you get that criteria, what do? You must sum those amounts. Yeah? That's this is all about. Are we happiness colleagues, friends, brothers and sisters? Yeah? So let's do the second one. Let's do the third one. The third one now, it's saying you must let me minimize this. Get the total amount, is still here. Total amount owed by the male patient who are more than 80 years, and also they are coming from where? Northern Cape. So this one now, everything you start with equals to. But this one you can see is having more than one condition. Do we agree? Yeah. So it says SUMIFS. This is a simple, colleague. This is very simple. Now with this one, you must write SUMIFS, not that sum. Yeah. So SUMIFS. Now you will see when after you've written it, you'll see it saying, now it's saying, give me what you want to sum. Give me the sum range. What are we looking for here? We are still looking for amount owed by the students. Which range is that? Did I unmute there? Which range is that? Which range is this? Sum range. Which range is that? What do you want to sum? What do you want to sum?
The old amount.
Yeah, so which is what? Which column is that?
Is J.
Yeah, so we are going to J6 because I think this named one is troubling us. I wanted to use, let's try it now. Is owed amount, right? And then we say when you put a semicolon, you'll see the boldness will move to the criteria. When you say, now as Excel is telling you, oh, give me the first criteria range 1, because I know there is a different criteria. So the first one we are looking for is that the gender, it should be a male. What are we looking for? We are looking for the gender. The gender is what is J. So here we're going to say J6 to, we know for a fact, is J44. Yeah? This is the first criteria. And then what is the criteria? Criteria, we're saying these fellows, they should be males. And then males is capital letter, you just put it the way it is, right? That's the criteria, you close it, you say semicolon. You can see now you are done with the first criteria. Can you see? Now it's telling you that give me the second range criteria, the criteria range 2. To show that you did it correctly, it will move with you. When you say semicolon, it's not going to cry, it will move with you. The second criteria, what is the second criteria? We are looking for age. Age is what? Is 80. Which row is that? Or which column is that? Okay. I used to go to the primary school, right? And then don't get offended. And then I have this typical old way of saying, I don't want, not necessarily people must shout, but I just want to have a feeling that we are all there. The gender range is what? Is E, and then now we need the A. We need the age. Age is what? Is I. Yeah. So I'll be calling the names here, friends. I'll be calling the names so that the people can answer. And then don't take offense with that. It's not the I'm old-fashioned, but I'm not that old-fashioned. But I just want to make sure that we are following each other. The age is I. Yeah. Now it will be I, what, 6, and then I, remember we want to do the whole thing. You will see is highlighting it. And then we say, comma. Now you say, what is your criteria? Criteria, we said anyone who is greater than 1, their age is what is greater than 80. You close it, and then we semicolon. You will see now it's happy with you. It's going to say, what is the criteria 3? You see it's bold. Yeah, it's bold here. The criteria 3, it says what is a province. The province should be what? Should be Northern Cape. Northern Cape is what? Province is which column is that?
H.
Is H. I don't know, somehow, what's this I'm saying? I used to go and teach people there at the primary schools, and then I have this comfort when I get this kind of response. I think it's giving, I feel secured that people are following me. And then what is the criteria? Criteria is that it should be Northern Cape, and then you must write it the way it appears there, so that I think it's case sensitive. So it should be north. Can you check there if it's written Northern Cape or C is small? I believe it should be there. It should be there on the provinces. Let's check. It's a capital letter C.
Capital letter C, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like this. Do we have any criteria? No, we don't have criteria. So it says that give me the total of the male patients who are more than 80 years and then they are Northern Cape. It's going to do that for you. Okay. I think I might, because you know this excitement. I think what we're going to do, right? I will take this. I'm this named. We are going to come up with it. So it's amount is what? Which column is this? The amount. This old amount.
Is J6.
J6 and then J222. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it means that there is no one. What do you call? Meet this criteria. And then there's an old way of doing it just to verify, right? We can verify it by saying, last week we talked about filters. What we can do is say, we can say, the criteria one is saying, let's get the males. Only males, you can do this. Let's get the males. the males should be greater than 80, and then they should be from which province? Northern Cape. You can see Northern Cape is not here. That's why the answer is what? Is 0, because Northern Cape is not here. Do you get it? That's why the answer is 0.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does not meet the criteria. That's why it's 0, meaning our formula is correct. I just wanted to mention so that everyone can settle there. Are we all happiness, friends? So this is about the sum. The sum is like you are summing, you are adding everything. Then sum if, it means that you are having a condition. But sum ifs, it means you are having more than one conditions. That's why you have this. It's a sum ifs. Sum ifs, you are telling us, what do you want to sum? I want to sum J. I want to sum our amount. What is your first criteria? My first criteria is about the gender. What about the gender? It should only be a male, right? The second criteria is about the age. What about the age? It should be more than 80. Yeah. The third criteria is, what is the third criteria? Third criteria is about the province. What about the province? These particular fellows, they should be coming from Northern Cape. Are we happy? Questions, yes. Mr. Helmut? Yes.
Sorry to disturb. I see Helmut and the other guys kind of lost. Can you repeat or maybe take some few questions from them?
Yes, please. Helmut.
I think we need to unmute or
I think I did. That's why you can able to talk, yeah? Helmut? Who else is having a question? Let's unmute him. But I think you should do that. You should. Yeah, Helmut, is your chance.
Yeah, I think now I can. Yeah, I couldn't unmute myself.
Oh yes, okay, great, thank you.
So the question that I had, right, it has to do with what's this? The criteria on male.
Yes.
I see column G, which is ID number. What's
sorry.
the reason?
Sorry. Yeah. Let's see. We are
the
here,
first
right?
criteria.
It's here. Oh, it's I. Yes. Amen. No. Sorry.
Instead of E.
Oh,
so
yes.
So
it's
I was
I,
confused
right?
there.
It's I.
It's E, Moran.
E.
It's E.
Oh,
yeah.
E.
Yeah, so I was confused. Oh,
but
now
yes, it's E. Oh, E. Let's do that. It's still 0, right? Yes. No, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. And then Maleme. Oh, can I? Oh, I thought people can do themselves. They can unmute themselves. Yeah.
Yes, what I was saying is somehow, I don't know if it's only me or everyone, there when we were doing the named range, I got lost. I couldn't do like all of them. So now when you're doing these sums using the named range, I get lost somehow.
Oh, so yeah, no, let's pack the name range and then let's do it the typical way, the way we do it, so that we all understand where it comes from. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So, but do you follow, right? I think when you do this, you follow now, yeah?
Yes, now I can see, thanks.
Okay, thanks. Any other question, friends? All happiness, right? So now the concept is the same. If you are going to do about the average, let's do the second one. The concept is the same. If it's about if range, if there's some ifs, average ifs, count ifs, all these ifs, it means that you just need to, it will tell you, let's do this one. Quickly, let's do this one. Because I really want to go to the text one because I think, let's do this one. How many patients from Northwest are owing hospital less than 1,000 and are not in quarantine, whatever the English, but I believe you guys you can understand what I'm saying there, right? So can you see this one? This one, it needs how many? It means that it needs the count. Yeah? So the count is this one. But it does not need all the patients. It's having some specific condition. That's why we put if. But it seems that we're having more than one condition. Then we put ifs. Simple as this. Very typical thing. Very simple stuff. Yeah. Now we are saying we want to count ifs. The fellows, they should be coming from northern, northwest. Northwest is what? Is a province, meaning is what is a H6.H222. Yeah? Comma. What is the criteria? The fellows should be coming from northwest. We must just write it the way it is. Comma. What is the second criteria? Is about the amount. Is about is a J6, J2, this, it should be greater than.
Are you?
Sorry? Okay. But I believe you understand me, colleagues. You understand me, friends, yeah? The third one, it says what? It says, what is the third one? Is about the quarantine. It's a K, yeah?
Just the spelling for Northwest, Motlokwe.
Oh, yes. And then is K, right? K6, K2222, and then it said what is no. I agree that these people should not be in quarantine. Remember this, I just gave this as an example, right? But you must put you must use this thing based on your boom, voila. Oh, and then there are 14 people coming from there who are meeting this criteria. Do you see it? Yeah? All happiness, right? Yes, so I'll go, I don't know, this is a new, hence I'll mute Maleme from the up there. Yeah. Maleme.
No, sorry, that was the old hand. I forgot.
Okay, maybe just unmute yourself. And then Lydia, there's a hand, I must unmute. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to, I'm concerned with this color thing that I'm seeing on the numbers when you write formulas. Because previously when I see red, my thinking was something is wrong. Maybe you didn't write correct.
No, it is just distinguishing them. Let's go there again. You see, the first one is a bluish, other one is red, another one, I don't know which color is this. It just make it easier for one to get.
Okay, no, it's fine. I understand now. I thought maybe there is something wrong with red because last time we were struggling with those close and open.
Oh, yes. No, I think it's okay. Boom, voila, right? So 14 people are meeting this criteria. Let's quickly do this one, the average. What is the average amount owed by the patient from Gauteng? They are females, their age is 70, and then they are not quarantined. Let's say they are quarantined, whatever the English word is. Let's remove not. Yeah? You can see this is average, and then there are more than one condition. So meaning is what average ifs. Simple as that. Can you just do that? Can you just write that one and then you'll tell me the answer and then we'll move to the next one. I think we spent a lot of time here, but I'm happy that everyone focused. Can you just do this one? I give you 1 hour, 1 minute. Let's do that one. And then, as I said, this thing is telling, this is very straightforward, is telling you what you must put it. Now it's saying what do you want to average? Give me the average range. What do you want to average?
Amount.
Yes. So you know, let's process. So 557. We should be done. And then you can see that that's why this is very important. Imagine if you are having this kind of data to be adding 1, 1, 1, 1. You will take the whole year. That's why it's important to be doing this kind of sessions. Okay, now let's just do it because we really need to move. So average range. What do you want to average? Is J. Is amount, right? J6 to J22. We stop it there. Now we talk about the criteria. What is your first criteria? They should be coming from Gauteng. Gauteng is H. 244. We said this fellows, they should be coming from Gauteng. Comma. What is the criteria 2? It tells you. It's bold. It's bold. Now, the fellows, they should be our sisters, our mothers, our sisters. It's about the gender. The gender is E. E6, E222. Yeah, comma, and then you just do this or capital letters, right? You must just write it the way it appears there. Comma. Third criteria. What about what they must do? They must be more than 70 years old. Is the age. Yeah. Is the age. It should be. Age is what? Is I. I6. The whole range is I224. It gives the different colors. I think just to it should be greater than. Should be greater than 70. The last one is that they must be in quarantine. They are quarantined. So which means now it will be what instead of no is what? Is yes. I think we have a yes. Should be boom, boom. Something like this. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. We just follow it. It will tell you what you're looking for. Now it's like, oh, I'm happy. Give me criteria range 4. But in our case, we are done. Let's see. Oh, 2 fee arguments. Which one? Oh, yes. Do you see? We just said yes here without giving it the range. Quarantine range is what? Is K. Yeah? K6, K222, greater than, comma, and then we said it's yes. They should be quarantine. They should be they should be in that facility. I will tell you what that. Do you see what I'm seeing? This one means what? This means that there's none. Yeah. Let's just say, let's change our criteria, say no here. Let's say no to see if it comes with something. You see? So then you still say these people are not current. So this is what you'll do. The concept is the same, friends. So you just here, it will tell you, give me the average range. What do you want to average? We want to average this amount. And then what is the first criteria? These people must be coming from Gauteng. These people should be a male. They should be more than 70 years old. They should not be, in quarantine, in those spaces. Happiness, right? Happiness. So we move. So we are done about statistical things. So if it's a whatever, it's a count, it's average, sum. I think those are the most one that we're using. So for me, my idea is on Monday, tomorrow, or whenever, you should not be spending the whole hour, you know, trying to charm whoever to say, you know, I'm working with Excel. I think we did this thing, 1 minute you are done with this thing. I used to struggle with this thing when I was working for a company called Accenture, where they were giving us data to analyze. And then these guys, they will come here, you know, 2 minutes, they are done with this. And I thought, like, yo, these guys, they're using some magics. I want to find that, you know, they were just right-clicking 1, 2, 3, and then they are done with this. Yeah. So I think that's the whole idea, that we should be doing this thing. So we move. Happiness, we move. Let's move. Now, we are done with the numbers, but there are cases where I'll hide this, maybe. Okay, this is me, let me delete. But from your side, you know, you may not delete, right? Because you still need to do this thing. Let me do this. So now we are going to the text. Concatenate. There are cases, and then I think this is, we are always, sometimes we are dealing with this thing. There are cases where they are saying, you know what, can you see, you started with say name and the initials. I want these guys on the, I want something like this, Thomas. There are sometimes there are requirements like this. They're saying, Motlokwe, can you change these guys? Give me the initials and their thing on the one cell. I want this to be clean like this. And then typical Motlokwe from wherever, he'll be writing this in the whole day. And then they'll be saying, no, Mariana, you can't be doing this for this thing. There's a formula that you need to use, right? There's something called concatenate. Now we are on the text function. Friends, we're here. Based on the, we're here. Yeah? And then the first one we are talking about, we are here. Yeah? Good. There's something called the concatenate. I mean, concatenate, right? Is to more like is a match or what you do. So is a you concatenate. You are just saying what is your first text that you want to do. In our case, we want initial first. Yeah. When you're done with it, you put the semicolon. What is the next? What is the next text? What you need is what you need a Thomas, and then you close. Enter. But you'll see like, no, I need this one, but I need a space in between. Yeah. Space is also regarded as a more like it's a text. What you do there is, let me cancel it again. Remember, everything we start is you start with the equals to, and then I'm saying I still need the initial, which is a C6. Space is a space. You put this, you say type a space, you click, do like this. You see there is a space here. There is a space here. And then you say comma, you put the Thomas. Then you close it. Now it looks like this. And then to do it again, you can type it again, but there's no need. You must just click here. Then you double click it, it's going to give you like that. Do you see it?
Oh, I'm lost.
No, we are here. Let's not worry about, don't worry about the rest. We are here. Concatenate is to put the text together. Yeah? You write the concatenate, you are saying which one, what are you looking for? This is initial, C6, right? You say comma, I need a space in between. Yeah? You write the semicolon, you type a space, you put a comma, it means that I need something. When you put these things, it's like I need this thing in between. It must be there. And then you put the B6. B6 is your say name. And then you click, and then you get this. Do you see it?
Yes.
And then this is just to say fill all these things using the same criteria. And then you do like this, that's why you get all of this. Happiness, right? Now, yes. There are cases where this one is sometimes it's not necessarily the case. This one sometimes say, no, Brian, we are working for say AVGERAGEIFS.com. This is our company name. Can you give me the name, and then our standard is is initials dot say name at our domain. Yeah. So can you give me the email addresses of these people? Because I know they are working for the same company. What is the quickest way? So as I mentioned, you can do this dot Thomas dot ertl.com. Ne? You can do this, but you're going to spend the whole day. So you can still use the concatenate. Then concatenate. We are saying we need these guys, comma. What we said, we need a semicolon. You do this, comma. You need a comma. You say semicolon. We need the say name, right? Comma. And then we said we need add. This is just an example that I've given there. Comma this. So we need this. Do you see? Do you follow? So which means it's going to say initials, right? C6 dot, we put it, we write it, we tell Excel to write it. We put these things, and then we say initials, the surname, and then after that you must put this at the end. And then you just do this, and then boom, voila. It's giving you this. Are we following? I just want to give the typical example where you must use the concatenate. Yeah? Happiness. Happiness. I think it's happiness. We are quiet. So then you just double click, you get it. Pella should be showing that you've attended, this session. We don't want manga tomorrow. Then that we don't know these things and give people excuses and all that, right? So that's a typical thing that we are there. Now we move. There's another one called length. I don't know, for whatever reason, right? For whatever reason, people can be saying, what is the length of this character? What is the length of this? You don't just say length, boom, voila. It will show you that it's 79 characters. Yeah? And then there's another one that is saying, what is that? It's a find. Yeah? Find. You just want to say, in here, where is T? Where is maybe H or O? Let's go. Find me O. Which character is O? The number, the character in this. O is in what is character number what? This is going to tell you. Find the text. Which text? We have said we are looking for O. If I'm not mistaken, comma, within which text? Within this text. And then this one is the, this one, if you see something in this square bracket, is optional, sorry, is optional, right? You can start is asking you, where do you want to start? From the first character or where? So in our case, we'll just leave it default. I think it should be, let's see. Oh, is it this thing case sensitive? Let's see. No. It's, what does it say? Find the text. This is the text that we want. And then let's say 1. Do you see that even if I'm here, it still shows find, meaning what is still not happy to say, what do you want to find? Because why? This is not the correct way. Even if I can come here, it still tells me that, no, you still need to go and tell me what you want to find. Right? That's why it's still bold. Then you must, I think text. Am I missing something here? Let me see. Let me see something here. It seems that maybe I might be missing something. Do you see what might be the problem? This thing does not find text. Do this. Let me do this. Let's see. Yeah. So yes. Why it doesn't take it? Someone I think want to say something. I want to open the chat, but I don't know why it doesn't show. You can comment. You can comment. We are listening. I think someone is typing. This should be equals to find. I was saying we are looking for O. It should be in this O, and then within, let's say Thomas. What are we missing? Find the text. Say T. I don't know why it doesn't take. Oh, it's a capital letter, maybe. Yeah. But do you see what's happening there? So let's put the capital letter O. Let's put the capital letter O. Oh, yeah, I think it was. Oh, it's case sensitive, right? Do we follow? So it tells us O is 3. Is a character 3. Do we follow, friends? Mr. Malauzi, do we follow? I see your mic is on, yeah?
Can you please put the case on that says that I can see the formula?
Yeah, the formula is saying find O in what? In B6. B6 is our say name. And then it will tell you character. It will show you, oh, O is number 3.
Okay, it's fine.
Yes. So another something like you say write. It's saying give me write. Still on the text, né? So it will say it's more like it's extracting. So you'll say the text. Which text do you want to extract it? Let's just take B6 again, comma, number characters. How many characters? I'm looking, maybe give me 3. Yeah? Then you see what is gonna give you. Do you see? It's give you mass. Mass is what is the last character from the right. Do you see it?
Yes.
Let me ask this guy. Shane, do you see this? Let me, I've unmute everyone. Everyone is unmuted. So Shane, do you see, do you follow?
Yeah, it hasn't been.
No, I don't.
So is this one, this function, it helps you if you are having the text and then you want to get the characters start from the right, starting from the right. Remember the right, our right is a direction. So let's look at the Thomas. I'm saying give me the 3 characters from the right on this name. That's why it gives you mass. These are the last 3 characters from the Thomas. But I'll show you where I'm going with this one. Eh? There's another one called left.
The formula.
Yes, I did. I did everyone. Everyone should be able to.
No, I'm saying click on the formula of mass.
Okay, let me do this.
On top of that name of mass so that I can see
Allow
that formula.
them to unmute themselves. I think you guys can unmute yourself. Can you please?
She's saying put the cursor on the column.
Yeah, the formula. Yeah.
Yes.
Find
Right.
B is this, and then say give me the only 3 characters. Here, num characters. Right?
Oh.
Yes. What is happening here? Okay. Right? So it's you just write it, right? And then you say which text is this, and then comma. How many characters? 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me go actually because it doesn't really say much. So there are cases where now let's look at M. Let's look at M. Sometimes someone will say, from here, they're doing it the other way around now. Maybe you're not having this. This is not there. So they are saying, if I can be done with this one today, I'll be happy. Yeah. So we are here. Let's look at this one, colleagues, friends. They're saying, no, I need the same names. And I think we are having this kind of requirements, this use case most of the time. We are having the names together with their say names. But someone say, no, can you give me the say names of these people? Or give me the initial of this. I need the column where you just show me the initials. It's like now we are doing other way around. You see it? Now, what we are going to do here, we are going to use these things to help us to do that. So the question is, say, give me the initials. You can write all of them, but that's not really what we are looking for. So remember, there's a right and left, right? Right is look the same way. So in our case, we are looking for
left.
Left. So we are saying left. Left, they are saying which text? Text is this one, is M6. We are following, right? Then we are comma. Now, there's something called nested. What do you call nested? This in programming. We are going to say you must find, right? What is a text? You must find the space. I will explain it. I believe you guys may, where? In here. And then we close. Let's talk about, and then we close. Let's talk about this one. Left takes 2 arguments, the text and then the number of text that you want, right? We are following. The text is this text, it's M6. We are fine, right? We put it here. Instead of because you want the initials of all of these guys, right? You can't specifically mention how many characters, because some you can see this guy is having 2 characters. This one have, other one is having one is having 1 or 2, 1 and 2, right? It will be difficult for you to extract that. So what you need to do is you must use the find function to help you to do that. So what you are saying is find, right? the text, you are finding where there's a space,
Mm.
and then you must count those characters. So let's give example here. In here, what it's going to do is going to say 1, 2, there's a space. Oh, it stops there. Then it catches one. It's going to catch how many? It's going to return, the fine is going to return how many? It's going to return 2, right?
Mm.
And then now you're having 2. Then you're going to tell left to say, left, go to M6 and then return only 2 characters. You see? And then it's going to give you this. And then when you do this, it's going to give you the way it is. So let's take Y, for example. Let's take this one. It's saying left. Maybe let's start with fine. You say fine. Fine is saying, go and get me where there's a space, right?
Mm.
In what? In M12. M12 is Y Koloi. Eh?
Mm.
And then return, tell me how many characters those are. You find out, oh, there's only 1 character. It's going to return 1 character because Y is 1. From there, it takes that 1, is give it to left. It say left, go to M12 and return 1 character from left. That's why it's returned Y.
Mm.
I believe, I hope we are following. Yeah?
Yeah, I computer science.
Sorry?
Computer science.
Yeah, so but it's not that difficult, right? And then other one now, we're going to use the right to get the same name. Someone say, give me the same name without, because as you can see, these people are 243. If you're going to type them, you're going to take the whole day. Can you use the formula to extract the same name? Right? So now what we are going to do is we need the same name. I think after here, I'll be very happy, man. And then I can go and sleep. So we need the same name. Same name is what? Is from the
right.
From the right. So we write the right. And then we know right takes only 2 arguments. It takes the text. This is a very simple one. Which text is that? We're looking for
M6.
M6.
M6, yeah, M6.
Because that's where we need to extract the same name. Then we write the comma. But when we are here, that's where my mathematics and everything comes in. We are going to say, no, give me the length of this. I've already talked about it here. We are saying, give me the length of what? Of this. The length of this is what? Is 9. Right?
Mm.
And then what you do is, from there, you must minus the find. The find is what?
The initials.
The find, you are looking for the same guy. We're looking for space, this. Within what? Within here. We know it's going to return what? It's going to return 3. Remember?
Okay. 3.
Yeah? We close. So, and then now, what this is saying is, you are giving me the full length is 9, and then 9 minus 3 is how much?
6.
Is 6. But you must give me from the right. You see?
This one is complicated.
But there is something here. I don't want to confuse people. But okay, let me not write it. Let's just close it.
Sorry, where are we getting the 9?
Do you get?
Because here,
the 9 is
where
length.
Length. The length. The
length. So let's start
I
again.
thought we were counting the letter.
Colleague, friends, let's start again. It's the right. Right, we know is taking only 2 arguments. We don't have a problem with that. It's a text. Text is what is M6, yeah? But we are looking for the number. How many characters from right we must get?
9.
Because these guys, these same names, they are having different characters. we don't know. It will be difficult to me to say put 9 only. But now we are saying, okay, let's get the length of each of this. In this case, the length is 9. I just give an example. Yeah? And then after there, you must go and minus the first characters. Any character that comes before this space, the space from here, you must minus them. What we are going to remain with is what? Is the last one. And then you must write them. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do you see? That's why if you go here, that's why and then it's going to give you like that. I know it may sound somehow, but do you get it? So let's go to write. Write, we know Mr. Write only takes 2 characters, 2 arguments. He takes the text to say which text is that? I'm looking for this concatenation one. Oh, I'm happy with that. We put the comma. Yeah. Now to get the surname, you can see here, Mr. Golo is having 5 characters. This one is having 7. This one, Thomas, is having 6. It's difficult to do that. Then you must use a calculator. I mean, you must use calculations. You must use the text function to help us to get those things. I know for the fact this one, we always use this one every day at work. I mean, wherever, if you're an entrepreneur or wherever, right? You must use that. And then you're going to say, give me the length. Okay, let's just go to the same guy here. You see, it managed to take him. He's saying, get this M14. M14 is L space Luma. Yeah? You get it? And then from there, we are looking for num character. But we can't read. If maybe we're only looking for this one only, we're going to say 4 because we know it's 4. But because we're having lots of them, we must have a dynamic way of getting them. That's why we are using this. We're going to say length. You get the whole length. You minus any character that comes before space. We know those are what? Those are our initials. We don't need them. And then you must write from the remainder. The remainder we know is our surname. And then we write them from the right. That's why we get this one. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's what I really wanted to touch today. I know we still have ifs and everything, but I'm quite happy with what we got here. I don't want to say I'm still having another 30 minutes. Maybe you guys, colleagues, are having elsewhere. Remember, we still have an if. But maybe you can borrow me your 5 minutes, and then I just show you the if.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So are we happy here? This obviously this is just like mathematics. You can't read the mathematics. You can't read. You will never.
Study.
You must just practice.
Yes.
And I think this will help us a lot at workplaces and everywhere. If you can practice these things, I'm telling you, we'll be going. So let's talk if. If it's a simple one. Remember, we must just write equals to if. If what? If this is greater than, let's say maybe this, you are owing this amount. Let's say anyone who owes more than or less than, let's just say less than 2,000. Less than 2,000. I hope this is the correct one. What do you say? This guy must go home, go home. Else, you are whatever. You can say whatever. Whatever you write, sorry. whatever you write. This is just a if. So meaning this fellow, because it's not less than 2,000, it remains, let's say maybe it's still quarantined. Let's say, take it quarantine. And then you just want to check who are they going home. You can just do this. You will see, oh, this one is going home. And then when you check against it, you will see indeed this guy, the number is less than 1,000. I mean, what did we say?
Less than 2,000.
Yeah, less than 2,000. So if statement, you just, it's easy to check some things, right? You can use an if statement if whatever condition is, if maybe this person, like for example, I don't want to be controversial, but if this person, right, if this one is a Limpopo guy, if maybe, let me not write this one because I might sound somehow. So if, but I give you an example, right? If this person is age is greater than this person, is greater than 50, ne? What are you saying? Maybe you're still youthful. You're still youthful, whatever the condition is. Else, maybe you are, maybe you need to go to old age, whatever the case is. Then you put this. Do you see it? You can tell the story here. Inside here, you can write lots of things. And then you can come and then sort by that thing.
Okay.
And then there's this one. Now you are having this one. You can have this one, and let me see if I'm still, you guys are still there. Oh, 16, no, still number. Give me another 1 minute or 2 minutes. And okay, let's write this one here. As I said, this is a bootcamp, right? We are not going to cover everything, but this is just an idea. And it's just like all this condition must be true. If logic one, this one, is it something like this? I'm not sure whether that will work. Comma, logic, another logic. Then if that is true, and then this age is greater than 50. What is going to return is, if everything is true, is going to return true. Right? And then the rest will be false. You see, this guy is from Limpopo and then it's still greater than, what did he say? It's greater than what? Greater than 50. The same thing. And then this coming from Northwest, that's why it's for false. So and or. Remember, with and, all the conditions should be true for it to be true. With or one condition, as long as one condition is true. Remember the issue of referencing, right? Do you see what does it do? Relative referencing is no longer is taking, it moves this thing. So with or, let's do this, is I, ne? And then here I'm going to say or. With or is true. With or, one condition must be true. But with and, all the, you see, there are lots of truths now here. Why? Because, for example, this guy is not from this guy is not from Limpopo, but the age is what? Greater than. That's why it's true. So, and it says, all the conditions should be true for it to be true. And then one condition must be true for it to be, that's why you see false here, which means all the conditions are false. I think somehow I feel like all of us who can do computer one, science 101 then, if you do these things, because that's what really programming is about, right? So that's a whole concept. And that's what I wanted to share with you, colleagues. And then now we can still use, we can nest it, right? It can be if, and then you start if, and then you put the end within if. You see? So you can say if, maybe this one is routing, and then you can say end.
There's too much of information.
Yes, so I think it's information overload, friends, right? But I believe we we see what we are trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I
So
really
any comment from your friends? Comment, suggestion? Maybe for the last 2 minutes. 22 we go.
All right. Alman, yeah?
Yes.
Can you go back to that formula of initial? I wanted to ask some initial. I just want to see the formula.
Or the initial. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. What did I do now?
No, it's because of the other formula which is running on the other side.
Yes. So initial we just do this.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Is there a way for us to get the recording? That's what I wanted to comment on.
Yes, I will check on that. I'll check on that. And then I think I will put, maybe because I used to put it in Facebook. I don't think Facebook is efficient. I will push it to YouTube. Yeah. And then I'm hoping we're still recording. Let me see.
Yeah, you're still recording.
Okay, all right. So yes, I will push it. I think I'll push it to YouTube. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, cool.
Any other comment? I think for me, I really want to get the feeling of, are we following each other? Is this, do you find it useful? What, and all those things, yeah?
Yeah, from my end, I think it's great. That's the reason why I asked for the recording. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is it possible to get this data, the spreadsheet?
Oh yes, I've sent to you, friends. You have it. Oh, you mean this specific one I'm working on?
No, I didn't receive any email from you. Did you send it from the previous session, or because
no,
I was
on the invitation that I've sent for this session, there
okay.
is
Okay,
there. The data is there.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's
I
fine.
will also just share with you this one. So let me
Yes.
let me see. I think Spiwe, okay, she already mentioned it.
I got
Mr.
Thanks.
Who else?
So can you send the formula with the spreadsheet with the formulas?
Okay,
so that
no,
when
I'll do
practice,
that.
we
And then
can
I'll
refer.
also send you the email with the presentation. That presentation is saving some links where you can get more of this. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. So
Okay.
yes.
Wow.
Ndombi, are we fine? Mawazi, are we fine there? I just want to get the feeling. I just want to gauge to say, is all happiness or what? Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there bit by bit.
Okay, great stuff.
So we just need more practice.
All right. Tabiso. Okay. So then it seems.
Hello, Tabiso here.
Yes.
So I'm saying thank you very much. The session is very helpful.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, Mrena Mzigelelo.
Hey, Mren.
So people from Cape Town are happy there. Are you happy?
Yeah. On inspire by.
Oh, inspire by. Okay, great. So
yeah, yeah, it's a good session, man. Yeah, we're happy. Thank you so much.
okay, great. Who else? these other faces I'm familiar with. I just wanted to get the face that I'm not familiar with so that they can give us the typical feedback that we, you know. No, then it's cool, right? I'm going to send this data, but next week we go elsewhere. So we'll see at the end of the 5th session if there is any other thing that we can deal with. Next week we are going to do the charts. I think it's getting very interesting there because it's about presentation, it's about all other, how to put the you know, data together, and which I think is still very key because majority of us were small businesses who are doing presentations. We are, you know, we are at the work also, so we must not be putting boring data there. So, and I'll be very disappointed that if at the end of these 5 sessions, we should be having very awkward data. So next week, we'll be using the data that I mentioned on the spreadsheet. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you very much. Thank you very much, friends, colleagues. Take care out there, and because COVID is still here, so let's just take care of ourselves. Thank you.
Okay,
thank
you.
Bye-bye.
Are we allowed to invite
yes?
next week?
Are we allowed to?
I
Yeah,
was
so
saying,
remember, you
extend the
colleagues, I've
invitation.
sent you the link, the same link you're going to use it for next week.
Oh, okay.
I think if you check your calendar, is already there.
We can extend the invitation, right?
Yeah, please extend the invitation, please.
All right.
Because it's really that powerful. Because I really want a lot of, obviously people, they are uncertain to say what this guy is talking, you want to share us. But I know I've worked several places. I know data, everyone works with data. And sometimes at times it kills our confidence, more especially maybe you are doing internship or you just arrived, they give you some data to say work on and make presentation or make this, you know, do a pie charts, work with this formula, and then you don't know that. That's the aim. That's why I want to close that gap. Because I know majority of us, we are doing internships or we still need some promotions, but we find ourselves that we don't even know this kind of thing. We come with these big degrees, but sometimes we don't really do this thing yet when we study, right? So that's really my aim, is that please tell other people to come and join this session so that they can empower themselves. And you know I was a victim of such. That's why I'm really very much passionate about sharing information like this. Before we can talk about big things about cloud and machine learning and, you know, ontologies and all those fancy names, we need to get this thing right as African child, so that it boosts our morale, it boosts our confidence out there in the corporate. Because first assignment they gave us to say, do this thing, do presentation. Can you, format this data and all that? So please, let other colleagues, your friends, our other brothers and sisters to know about this thing, so that we can really be more competitive out there. Yes, I see Ronnie sign this up.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah. Ronnie?
Yeah, I just want to join in and say we are grateful and thankful as always, and we as a black child, I feel honored that one of my brothers decided to share his over 15 years experience in the industry with us. So we don't take that for granted, and we are very, very grateful. And we want to say, may the good Lord, may God continue to be with you, and then impart this knowledge, and then as black child unity. We can be able to do many things and move mountains as a black child when we are unified. So re a leboga for the skill. As always, re lebogele ka gae.
Amen. I'm not going to add on that or add or remove anything. Thank you very much, colleagues. Yeah, I think we are fine. No other hands. Let's take care. Let's see each other next week. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.